There you go.
Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Welcome to the Stumpy and Bumpy Show. I am Stumpy.
I am Bumpy.
And you look like you're doing better, like you're well.
I'm feeling better, finally, yes.
Almost better. Well, today's show is called Perfection, and I'm not going to start off because she came home and she's all excited, want to talk to me this morning. And I'm like, no, wait, put it on the video. So go ahead, tell me what you want to tell me.
So last night, well, I'm a manager over at the AMC Promenade, biggest theater in Colorado. It's quite fun.
24 screens?
Yes, 24 screens. Yes.
Wow.
Anyway, I'm the booth manager, which means I'm responsible for making sure your movie plays on the big screen and all the light cues. You know, there's a lot to it.
You're the new booth manager.
I am.
You've done this for like 4 weeks.
Yes, less than that, kind of. Like, if you want to say on my own, for like 3 weeks. Anyway, I'm in charge of, like, when you get there, the previews play and the lights go down at a specific time and your movie starts, and then when the movie ends, the lights go up, and I'm in charge of all that stuff. And it's very complicated because it's
because you got 3D, right? And you got IMAX.
You got,
and you got
Dolby and Prime, so we have several different formats that we have to, and it's not just a plug and play. It's not just stick in a DVD and push play. There's a lot of coding. There's a lot of making sure that the right format of the movie plays in the right projector in the right, because we have 3D houses and 2D houses and blah, 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 blah. Anyway, last night was like the first time I was like officially on my own.
And why were you officially on your own?
Because we just had issues, things.
Because some guy didn't bother to show up for his shift. Some guy who is going to a different theater now decided to give us 2 weeks and then not show up to help her do her job, so she had to do it all by herself.
It's fine, Brennan. It's fine.
Okay.
He's going over to another theater and he had his orientation. It's all good. He watches this, so it's all good. It's fine. Anyway,
I'm watching you, Brennan.
Brennan, just so you know, I did it all by myself last night. I did Dolby. I did IMAX, I did Prime, and guess what? I texted Matt this morning, like, hey,
your general manager, who yesterday you told us you only kind of like.
I still only kind of like him, but it's fine. It's fine. So, like, I get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then, you know, I could have been there till 4, like, doing some double checks and stuff. But I texted him, like, at 7 o'clock this morning, and I said, hey, Matt, you know, I did the best I could. I think it's all good to go. I'm not sure. I could have stayed until 4 in the morning doing double checks. Let me know how many things I got wrong, and, you know, I'll do what I can to help out. He texted back. And this is a guy, he doesn't watch this, so I can talk, but who never gives positive feedback. It's all, like, critical.
I told you I loved you when I hired you. If it changes, I'll fire you.
Yeah. So like, he never gives any positive. You only hear from him. I mean, he talks to me and stuff, but you only get feedback if it's negative.
So what feedback did he give you?
So I'm like, so I always do this thing like, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did I do and how bad is it? He gave me 100% last night. 100%, and that never happened. Even with people that have been there for 15 years, which there's a guy at our theater has been there for 15 years. He never gets 100%. So happy. I was like, it never happens. And I'm still not, like, completely confident in my job. So, like, getting 100% from, and then he said, good job.
See, and you know why she got 100%, ladies and gentlemen? Because she cares. She gives a darn. And most people who work at their jobs these days, they don't care. And so it ends up coming off half, you know what?
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. You go into these places and their customer service is lousy and things screw up and people tell you, oh, well, not my job. She cares.
Yeah.
She cares. And that's why she did a great job and always does a great job even when she's not perfect. But today, like our podcast says, you are perfection.
You're perfection, too.
Ooh. Yeah. All right.
So it's just a good time. I'm really excited because I've been having some thoughts about going to another theater, and I do have a conversation that I'm going to have today with somebody from the other theater. But ultimately, I think that I'm gonna stay.
Think you're gonna stay?
I think I'm gonna stay. I mean, I'm comfortable there, and it's uncomfortable to be uncomfortable, right? So it's like, and I'm like kind of loving it. It makes me feel so good to do a good job.
All right.
So yeah.
Well,
and you know what? Another thing. Sorry, I'm taking over this one because you had the other one. So I had these customers come in, and they like bypassed the box office, and they just came right into guest services because they were entitled, and kind of ticked me off. I was like a little bit frustrated, and this lady goes, "That line is way too long. I need to get to my movie." And I'm like, "Oh, what movie are you seeing?" And she's like, "Blah blah blah," and she has 45 minutes for her movie. So I'm just like, okay, she bypassed that line and was an entitled little whatever. But then I'm like typing her up and getting her tickets, and I'm like, "Oh, have you seen this movie?" She's asking me if I had seen it, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's actually really good." And and she goes, "You've helped me before," and she commented on how nice I am and how her job is to like, I don't know, she's kind of like a job coach kind of person, all about it, where she assesses people and their personalities and then gives them feedback on how they can improve. And she goes, "You are one of the good ones, and I really like dealing with you," and it made me feel good.
So as a job coach, you would probably say, it's good that you only think you're an entitled da-da-da-da on the inside and don't actually say it out in public, except on live video on Facebook.
No one's she's not gonna see it.
She's not gonna see it. You
anyway,
think, what if we go viral?
But, it's just kind of like, in that moment, I was frustrated with this woman who felt like she was entitled enough to just bypass the box office and come in, and then I ended up with a compliment. So it kind of turned things around for me a little bit, and ended up making me feel really good. So I don't know. I think the universe is telling me I need to stay here. I think it is. I think
Or the universe is telling you you're so good you deserve to go somewhere else.
I've been really conflicted, so I think that I need to just make a decision and just stay with it.
Let's get to our challenge.
Yep.
How are you doing on your physical fitness, weight loss?
I have not worked out. I think I worked out once this week.
I don't think you have. I think you've been sick.
I don't think I worked out at all this week.
So are you the same?
No, I was down 2 pounds this morning, which is kind of weird because, we get that.
That puts you back to the negative 12?
Yes.
So you're back to the minus 12? That's awesome.
Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll just see. And I haven't done any workout or anything, but I have been watching what I've been eating. I'm back on low carb. And yeah, so.
Cool.
How about you?
Me, I worked out this morning for the 8th straight time. I committed to 9 straight times going into Saturday. Made it 8 straight times. I was down 1.2 pounds this morning from 214 yesterday to 212.8. Still 2.8 above my lowest a few weeks ago, but moving back on down. I'm happy about that. And see what we can do to keep that going. All right, cool. So... Oh, you...
Nope, I said cool.
Cool,
That's all.
Okay.
That's all you get.
So here we go. The takeaway message for today in terms of perfection. Oh, by the way, Daniel Sherman, hi. Samuel Connor, hi. Rebecca Reese Granberg, hi. You changed your name. So, all right, Susie's on there. You've had a lot on there, and a lot are coming on and then going back off, but we hope you come back and watch the whole thing at some point.
Yeah.
Don't forget to subscribe to our Stumpy and Bumpy channel and go to YouTube and subscribe to that if you prefer to watch things on YouTube. The takeaway message today is if you care about what you do, you'll do a better job and people will be happier with the job you do, which means more people will come to you so that you can do the job you want to do. Give a darn.
Give a darn.
Win anyway.
And thrive on.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.